Welcome back, everyone, to Lore of the Shadow, where I am heading down my way to Fushambal to meet with Harthalin, and I found another page, another shadowed page.
The Lord of the Nazgul, who wields the sorcerous power of the Ring Uri, the Heartstopper, was titled Witch King of Angmar, and justly so, for Angmar quivered under his wrathful gaze.
Oh, wonderful. Actually, it looks like I found a hub. Yes, that's what we got. Mach Ashtu. Hello?
We are Gondor's eyes and Gondor's swords in this place.
Yep. Unfortunately, there's a lot of ash falling into eyes. Alright, well, not much here, I think. Actually, there is a quest here.
We must keep ever vigilant.
Well met, Pine Lore. We have come to the very edge of where those who fall under the banner of Gondor care to tread. I am glad that you have to have your company here on this blasted plain of fire known as Talat Urui. As I recall, when we last spoke, we were fighting side by side at Pelennor. That battle seemed a distant memory after what has transpired over the past few days. Thurindol told me that you arrived to aid us in Mordor. The Rangers think very highly of you. Speak with Thurindol when you have a moment. He will be able to fill you in, all right? I guess we could do that. And it looks like he is... Oops. I passed him a little bit.
This is far from fair Ithilien.
The battle at the Fat Gate was hard fought, and with little rest, we find ourselves at the belly of Mordor. I won't allow my men any further south into this dreadful land. Fires and soot choke the air. The ground burns through foot cloths and mere seconds. I ask you to use your skills for us once more and scout the immediate land so that we may know more of what we might encounter. Okay, so I need to scout Dar Malzur and scout the southern end of Fushambal, the northern end of Fushambal, and complete quests in Fushambal. Oh my goodness gracious. It's only a lot of quests in Fushambal. Well, I guess there's no time like the present. Let's see. First off, it looks like Scout Dar Mazur, I believe, is what this section is here. The question is, how do I get up there? I think I might be able to get up there this way. I'll just have to hope that I don't run into things that are too nasty, though this is Mordor. Everything is nasty in Mordor. Now the problem is if I go too far in this direction, I think I'll wind up in Hlingris. It looks like the western path was the wrong way, so I've decided to head south here. And it's getting all ashy. What's concerning me... Alright, let's see if I get close enough to do this. What's concerning me is the Shadow of Mordor level that I've got here. It's now Shadow of Mordor 5? Okay, I was about to say it was 4, but looks like I have to reevaluate my assessment. Looks like every time I go an inch in a particular direction here, I'm getting another level of shadow thrown upon me. Defeat worms and salamanders. Now, I can only say that whoever named these things salamanders must have been a folklorist and not a biologist, because there's absolutely no way a salamander is going to survive in Mordor. At least not one that's in the real world. Ah! Now that looks like an enemy encampment. That must be the area that I've been asked to investigate. Let's see what we got over here. Tainted Reserves. Dark Waters. Oh, okay. Maybe I didn't need an army of Dark Waters after me. Grim and Spirit Slayer of Talat. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Well, I'll just have to grim and bear it, I guess. Okay. Oh boy. Shadow of Mordor 7. Told you. It seems like I go 3 steps and it gets higher and worse. It appears I need to do a little bit more questing to get a little bit more Light of Arendelle so that I can go into Tal'Dorei without having these huge negative scores thrown upon me. I mean, 7 levels negative, and that's on top of what I have with the light on there. So you can imagine that means it must have been down to 100. Yes. Hello, Leglos. No, I wasn't about to ignore your request. Why do you ask? Gimli and I have not ventured over far into these lands, my friend, and I'm not certain that I wish to. I understand your feelings. I tried to go a little bit further, and I turned around. And the men of Gondor call this place Dor Amarth, the Doomfold in the common speech. Okay, it looks doomed all right. Its name was wisely chosen by those men, for I feel a deep shadow looming over us, even so far from the ruins of the Dark Tower. Gimli has found old tools of dwarf make in the ruins, and though he will not speak of it, unease has crept into his mind. If ever dwarves dwelt within Mordor, it seems that their fate was not a pleasant one, and that their line is long ended. Well, I wonder if that would change if I were playing a stout axe. Oh, well. This causeway forks some distance to the south. One path leads southward and appears less well kept by the orcs, while the other rises and continues east to Barad-dûr. I would ask that you follow the causeway south to the fork and then beyond to the east. Search for foes or those still held as slaves, and perhaps we shall find something to raise Gimli's spirits and draw his thoughts from those of his distant kin. Do not stray far from the road, my friend, for we have much still to learn in the hidden evils of Mordor, and of course your Light of Arendelle is nowhere near enough to handle any bigger penalties. Now, when I did take a stout axe through here one time, they had not yet updated everything to take them into account. So I was wildly disappointed to it. I've heard that they have since addressed that. Unfortunately, it was after I brought my stout axe through here. Well, hello there, Ingold. Yeah, I decided if I'm taking quests in the area, I might as well take this one too.
Aye.
As we have fought together on the Pelennor, I well know that you can protect yourself, unless, of course, the light gets too deep, darkness gets too deep. Still, the plains of Gorgoroth are filled with fires and crevices caused by the eruption of Mount Doom. It's a dangerous place, and we must tread carefully. Yes, but I'm hoping I can find some light here. Our first scouting party has just returned, and with them they bring a captive. The man that they have captured is not another Black Numenorian. You know what happened the last time we had a prisoner that was a Black Oh, you weren't in... You weren't in any of them, so you wouldn't know. He refuses to speak to us. We must either persuade him to our cause or somehow convince him to talk. I don't know, it might be better if he just shuts up. I was hoping that you would try to speak with this man. See if you can find out what he knows and who he serves. He serves Mordor, and he's going to lie in every chance he gets, most likely. That is my hypothesis. But I will humor you for the moment. I'm not going to believe a word that he says.
What do you want?
What do I want? Well, it's a long story. Tell me something!
What do you want?
I have nothing to say to the likes of you. To a lore master, a hobbit, or a hobbit lore master, or someone dressed in night. I guess he's willing to talk to someone dressed in black. I mean, we are in Mordor, and he's dressed in black pretty much. Okay, let's intimidate him more! Now he's starting to look worried. Boy.
Do you want?
If I speak to thee, Dulgabeth shall have me killed. Yeah, Dulgabeth seems to be one who doesn't have good humor. The Black Word is not one to be reckoned with. Oh, is that what he got? He's now calling himself the heir of Sauron. My name is Lomazar. I was once a faithful servant of Dulgabeth. I have made more than one mistake, and as punishment was struck blind. To escape further torment, I severed my bonds, only to be captured again and brought here. Perchance, will you spare me torment inside the walls of Mordor in exchange for knowledge? Yeah, I'm willing to do that. Still think he's going to lie to us.
Do not make me regret this.
I say again, you must give your promise to send me away from these lands. Even rotting in the dungeon until the end of days would be better than endless pain and torture at the hands of the Black Word. Oh, you hate Dulgabeth that much. Well, I can understand why someone would hate them. I mean, Urahor seems to hate him to bits. All right, good. Now listen carefully, as I have not the strength nor will to repeat what I'm about to say. I do not know why only the most important and awe-inspiring bits fell to earth while much of the city remains. Dulgabeth, the Black Word, known to you as the Mouth of Sauron, has claimed what still stands of Barad-dûr. He has many followers, myself once included. Now Dulgabeth seeks to rule all of Mordor and take Sauron's place, by use of a powerful relics buried within the tower's walls. Okay, see, most important and awe-inspiring bits were the ones that fell down. Means the parts that were done by his ring, probably. None will oppose him. His faithful servants are not to be trifled with either. Gloogroth the Hole Warden, Sapakar the Cleaver, Chasahuma, Bringer of Tears, these are all names that strike fear upon mention. Do you now possess the knowledge that you seek? Knowledge enough to say, hey, I think I have an appointment with a librarian somewhere, right? Right? Yes, I go somewhere else. Any place but here? Do I dare speak with him some more? Oh my goodness gracious, 3 quests. The search for Sapakar.
What?
I would be wary in tracking Sapakar the Cleaver. The mighty Olokai might easily be outsmarted, though makes up for such in brute force. I know not where you could find him. Okay, so there is Sapakar. Maybe Ingold will know something about him.
What?
If you seek allies of Dulgabeth, look first to an enemy of Sauron. Many years ago, a beast by the name of Nochral crossed Sauron. He was locked away in the dungeons of Barad-dûr for his crimes. the dungeon can still be found within the ruins of the citadel. There are troubling rumors that Dugobeth has spoken with Nahra. Find the beast and kill him at once. If the tales are true, there are few as dangerous as Narkral in the black lands of Mordor. Oh, wonderful. Enter Barad-dûr. Oh, my favorite vacation spot. Anything else to get me killed?
Do not make me regret this.
You wish to seek more knowledge about Krasafusha, the bringer of tears? I cannot help you. Well, I have seen the wraith before. She is a mystery. She follows her own will and serves Dugobeth with devotion, but it is her own secretive ways. Why would one look for a wraith? I have absolutely no idea. Well, what do you say, Ingold?
We are Gondor's eyes and Gondor's swords in this place.
Men under my command have reported a large creature similar to the description of this Sephakar that you mentioned. The monster was last seen near Barad-dûr. I hope that this assists you in your search. Yeah. Just stay away from the place, maybe? I have a feeling that no one's going to allow me to do that. So, how about Gimli's quest? That suddenly sounds like such a better idea. Scout the causeway to ruins of Barad-dûr? If I recall correctly, this leads to Barad-dûr and Hlughash. And that way leads to the dark road I started this episode at. Now, let's see what we got here. Scout the causeway to ruins of Barad-dûr, alright. Look around for signs of Sephakar. Oh, you notice what appears to be a dwarf and a goat lying still in the causeway. Oh, a goat and a dwarf. This dwarf lies slain in armor of finer make than that of the orcs. Okay. And it looks like he's died recently. Wrought of dark steel, this shield remains unblemished despite the fate of the wielder. And a goat. Far from wild, this goat is saddled and laden with various trinkets and supplies. Well, apparently, I can't say whether or not there are any dwarves alive in the area, but at least until recently there was at least one. Well, Gimli, there appear to be dwarves in the area. What's this? By your description of his wounds, the dwarf you encountered must have been caught by a stray stone thrown from the depths of Mount Doom. A poor dwarf indeed, but not one slain by malice. The Dark Lord must not have brought my kin to ruin after all. Ha! Look at this, my friend. This shield is newly forged and crafted by skilled hands. So, dwarves still dwell in Mordor. But where have they made their homes? Well, good question. But I should warn you that I have run into several dwarves when I was in Udun, and, well, let's just say they weren't necessarily friendly. Aye, this is a tricky land. I don't know what beast could live in such a place, but dwarves are hardy folk. These dwarves of Mordor must dwell somewhere in the Doomfold. Well, I know at least some dwell in Udun, but perhaps they do not wish to be found. If they make use of dwarf doors, as the House of Durin once did in Khazad-dûm, even the most thorough search will never bear fruit. Let us hope that it does not come to that. So you found the dwarf near the causeway that leads to the Dark Tower, didn't you? if you ask me, no dwarf would be wise to travel these lands alone, and even if one did, they would soon be sought out if they did not return. Patrol the causeway and to the east, and see if you do not find others of his kin, and ones with better luck, I would hope. Well, right. I'll see if there are any still alive. Still alive and not hostile. Yes, that is the most important thing. Not hostile. I don't want to go and kill the last dwarf in Mordor. Will we find friendly dwarves in Mordor? I will have to find that out in the next episode of Lore of the Shadow.